Hello and welcome or welcome back to Language, Culture, and Dr. Lou. And today I have another couple useful but rare words for you. And I picked these words for today because, well, I was trying to figure out the way to exactly describe something that one of my best friends does. And I'll get to that in just a minute. And I found the right words to use are going to be confabulation, which is a noun, and a related verb to confabulate. And so let's talk about that. And so, first, what is confabulation? Well, there is one definition of confabulation is a neuropsychiatric disorder where people are implanting false memories, supplanting false memories for real ones, like when they're so this is something we see with a lot of elderly people with dementia, where they're sort of substituting uh, false memories for the real events that happened. Like their memory is not necessarily showing them what actually happened, but they're putting in some falsehoods instead. So we call this honest lying because it might sound to somebody who knows the facts of what happened like this person is being dishonest, like they're lying, but the fact is they're not lying because there's no intent to deceive. And so that's why we call it honest lying. So that's confabulation. Now, not talking about the disorder, there are also plenty of people with this, well, it's a personality trait, I guess, where, and this gets back to my best friend who I was talking about when he's telling people stories of things that we've done together in the past or things that he's done in the past. Often I get kind of bugged by that because I'm in the story. I'm one of the people in the story, and yet everything that he's telling is coming across to me as if it's exaggerations and embellishments, and so I got kind of annoyed with that. But when I realized that he was not lying, because there's always a kernel of truth behind every single story he's telling, I figured, okay, that's just wait a minute, what is that? How do I describe that? And it turns out is confabulation. And that brings me to the related verb. What is he doing when he's telling his stories like that? Great storyteller, and they're very entertaining as far as stories go, but missing some of the actual facts, and some of them are exaggerated and whatnot. And so, what is he doing? He is confabulating. So, that's part of the verb to confabulate. And so, again, we're talking about if somebody is recounting things from the past and their recounts are just full of what seems like exaggerations and embellishments and maybe, yeah, some new things twisted in there and all that, they are confabulating. So they confabulate. Or I would say my best friend who I was talking about earlier confabulates. And or in the past, he confabulated. And that brings me to we can also use confabulated as an adjective, like, oh, that story is all confabulated. We could use it like that way too. So we got the noun confabulation, the verb confabulate, and then the past participle slash adjective confabulated. And so again, this is all about someone who's not trying to lie or anything, but the facts they're putting out there are, well, the so-called facts they're putting out there are, yeah, a little off kilter from reality, from what actually happened. And you can't blame someone. Everybody's memory is different. And so they're not lying. so long as there's no intent to deceive, so long as they themselves believe they are telling the total truth. They're telling the truth as far as they remember it, so they're certainly not lying. So I say this is not something we should really hold against somebody necessarily, and maybe it's just something where we could appreciate a good storyteller that way. So those again were the two useful but rare words: confabulation, the noun, and the related verb confabulate. And like I said, we get to an adjective as well. If a story is confabulated, that means it's going to be full of half truths, exaggerations, embellishments, and so forth. So there you go. That's how I would describe one thing that my best friend does like all the time. Anyway, I'm not name dropping him or anything because I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but there you go. So that's confabulation for you. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end, because here we are at la fin, the end again, and so I appreciate that so much. Please do think to give this video a thumbs up, and if you get anything out of the videos like this, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. So I would appreciate that very much. And so yeah, I'm getting working on my next video really, really quickly. And so until then, catch you around next time. Bye bye.